And we're live. Hello, thanks for watching me or joining me on today's live video. Today I'm looking at an area which most people overlook when it comes to thriving in life. I know I did. And I knew this area was important, but it's one that I hadn't considered, that if you ignore it, it could lead to stress. So keep watching to find out what it is. Hi, my name is Chris Lindsay, and today I've been discussing key areas about how to reduce stress in your life and get out of survival mode. So these have included things like getting enough sleep, nutrition, getting out into nature, exercising, and last week, how environment trumps willpower. So this week, I've been on a group coaching call where one activity was to write down my top core values. So I actually can't think the last time I did this, but it was something that I really enjoyed and was really beneficial and useful. Values reveal what's important to you. So everyone has them, but if I was to ask you what your core values are, you either might struggle to think of it on the spot, or if you did list out values, if you then spent some time looking into it, you might actually find that those values may not actually align with what your core values actually are. So these could be values that you might have inherited from, for example, parents or friends or just society in general. So that's not to say these values might be bad, but it's just ones that you don't necessarily hold. So a good question to ask when it comes to looking at your values and finding out what the core ones are is what's important to you. So if you spend a little bit of time Googling list core values, you'll get lists coming back with like 200 personal values or 500 examples. And then if you spend time going through those lists, writing out what you found were the core values, you might actually discover a list of 10, 20, or 30. So yeah, over trying to distill those longer lists down to a more manageable amount is not easy. And I've spent quite a good amount of time this week trying to discover and distill my list down. Other thing to consider is that you should do this regularly because your values might evolve or change over time. So it's something that's definitely worth revisiting. So I found my core values are health, growth, resilience, serving, courage, and empathy. And I also found a guy online called Scott Jeffrey, who is an expert in this area. And he says that values aren't selected. So you can't necessarily just go to a list and just list out values that you think are core, because that's not necessarily the best way to discover them. It's something that you need to discover. So we can't necessarily just choose our values. We need to allow them to be revealed. They need to be revealed to us over time. So by spending time maybe doing some journaling, maybe thinking about in the past about jobs or experiences which made you feel aligned and what those values that you could think were linked with that. And maybe jobs which didn't align with your values. So you can maybe have an idea about values which you know are definitely not aligned with you, and then ones that are, to try to distill that list down. So it can be something that can take a little time. You might write a longer list and then just let those sit for a day or two and then just return to them and then see how that feels, just to reduce that list down. So quite interesting research around this. Researchers at UCLA discovered that focusing on your core values could actually reduce your stress response and help it to remain reduced. So focusing on your values helps to remind you what you find important and helps to put stressful environment and situations into perspective. So knowing your values helps to put stressful situations into perspective, which I think is pretty powerful to know. And other things are your highest values can inspire you to make healthy habits. So based on your values, you can make choices around that. And also helps you to make better choices in business and personal life. It can help you with problem solving as well. Researchers found that test subjects in a stressful situation, when they asked them to spend a couple of minutes writing down a few sentences based around their core values, it actually helped them to make better choices and problem solve, be able to think more clearly. And finally, knowing and acting on your values can actually help to make you more confident. So those are a few things that I think help to establish that spending some time discovering what your core values are is actually time well spent and definitely worthwhile. So if you've got any questions around establishing what your core values are, just seeing who's online here, yeah, please respond in the comments below with those questions, or if you do discover what your core values are, then please do share those. I know I'd be definitely keen to see, and others might be keen to see too, so we can have a discussion around our core values, whether it's trying to establish them. I can provide you as much guidance around that as possible, and just share what your core values are, because I think that'd be interesting for everyone to see. Okay, and again, thanks for spending the time on this video, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. Take care for now.